Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and today we have some winter time messages. We are coming upon winter where I currently live, but this is meant to be a timeless reading. So whenever you see this, if you're close to winter time in your part of the world, then this is the reading for you. We have 3 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have this heart smoky quartz with the snow card. Pile 2, we have a moon agate with the chills card. And pile 3, we have candle quartz with the darkest hour card. So take a few deep breaths, bring in some wintertime themes, maybe even a scenery or events that you know happen during winter, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the smoky quartz heart, then we have a reading here for you. Winter messages, what messages you are expected to receive for the winter time, and anything that you should look out for. I am going to do this kind of in 3 parts, or at least I'm going to tap into like different themes of it. As I'm looking outside, I haven't even realized that like all the leaves just fell off the walnut tree in front of my house. So I'm kind of loving it. I'm loving it. It actually looks like this branch right here. Like the leaves are falling, winter's coming. It's a beautiful overcast day. It's odd how much the outside is mirroring this particular image when I feel like just yesterday there were a ton of leaves on the tree. But the card you chose is Snow, 33. Some of you could be a Lifepath 33 like myself. There is beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, a magical enchantment bestowed in purity. Some of you have gone through some sort of rebirth, and I love the winter season for this very reason. It's a very renewing kind of season, because even though autumn is change, winter is that work that we do in order to become something new. This is where, you know, especially if you garden or farm, you plant the seeds in winter so that they can be enriched by the snow and they can grow into something else. A lot of you're working on something either low-key, quietly, or out of sight. You're working on something. This could also be internal work, of course. It could be like mental, spiritual, and energetic work that nobody's seeing. But come springtime, I feel like people will really notice the results. Of course, it could be something more apparent. Maybe you're for example, hitting the gym or doing yoga. I don't know. Maybe you're working on something that is more visible. But regardless, I feel like the results are not going to come in until like that first bloom of spring or something along those lines. Let's get more cards for you. We have Ringing the Bells, 30. Ring thy bell to cast them out, ring thy bell and dance about, swirl the sounds amidst the winds, nowhere to hide, for all will ring. I love this because literally just a few days ago, Notre Dame, you know, iconic cathedral in Paris, a few years ago, part of it burnt down. And just a few days ago, they announced that they finally started ringing the bells. Like people heard the bells of Notre Dame for the first time in days. And this is how it's going to feel like when you finally show the progress or the results of whatever it is that you have been working on. Like people will find it very hard to ignore the things that you've gone through. For some of you, this is like a glow up, or maybe it's a project that people are aware of, or I don't know. It's like when people are waiting for their favorite artist to finally drop an album, that's what I'm getting. Like whether people are actually, you know, waiting for this or not, it's going to be announced. People will see it. Or even if it's not as public, I feel like your friends or those close around you will notice it. Ringing the bells, it could also be taken more literally. Maybe you're working with sound healing, frequency work, etc. I feel like, yeah, I love this. 30 and 33, so the number 3 could be important in general, because yeah, 333, that's a master number, or an angel number. 33 is a master number, but 333 is an angel number. Let's get another card. We have Telling Stories, 38. What words so tender can be spoken so bravely unless they are true from the truest of words? I'm getting that someone's going to either come through with a story for you, or someone might confess to you something. Like I see a conversation that turns into like, I guess maybe like a confession, or somebody like entrusting you with somebody. This could also be you telling your story. Like you didn't realize you had a story within you until you wrote it, and then you're sharing it. That's more metaphorical, of course, but it could be taken literally. Yeah, for some of you, especially those of you who are writers, you didn't realize there was a story until you started writing it. And I say this because the writing process can feel a little bit, what's the word I'm trying to, it can feel like an out-of-body experience, just because I used to write a lot in, when I was in college, and well, younger than that, I used to write a lot. And I would just have a story within me, and I couldn't contain it in my head anymore, and I would just start writing. So for a lot of you, this particular thing that you're working on, it's something that you couldn't help. You just started working on it, and you were working on it and working on it, and suddenly you're going to have a product of this, and it's going to be exciting. I kind of really love this energy for you, Pile 1. You can let me know what you're working on down in the comments below. You don't have to, because I do feel a sense of secrecy here, or if it's more a personal thing, I don't think you want to share with everybody, but I'd be happy to hear from you of what it is that you're working on. Okay, I don't know what that shuffle was. This is the Green Witch Oracle. Let me try that again. Okay, there we go. There's something here about trying and trying again. Just because you don't get it right the first time doesn't mean you won't get it right the second time. We have Wholeness, Black Mulberry. Again, 33. Wow. Okay. For some of you, you could be the age 33, or 33 is just an important number. Okay. What I'm getting from this, though, is that you are going to get a sense of completion. You are going to get a sense of wholeness. Dark berries in general could be very favorable to you, or they could, be of importance here. Personally, I love blackberries. The mulberries are a second. I think I've only had them once or twice, but dark berries, they make me think of a harvest as well, because where I live, there's they grow a lot of black and blue. The darker berries, they grow a lot here, and they're so delicious. They're so ripe. There's something here about you bringing out something just at the right time, in the right environment, when it's needed. So even if you feel like it's going to go nowhere, even if you feel like whatever you're working on, it's just for you, believe it or not, I feel like you are meant to complete it for a very particular reason that is outside yourself. It could just be for yourself, and maybe you will need it by that time. I mean, that's very possible, but it's also for others. For a lot of you, yeah, this is something that is going to be shared with the world, because I'm getting a whiff of vanilla. I know this is weird, but I started working with scents to give me like a hint of what something means. I'm getting a whiff of vanilla, and to me, vanilla is like a crowd pleaser. It's something that everybody likes, I think of like vanilla cakes, vanilla cupcakes. It's the default kind of flavor for people. So this is something that is going to be appreciated by all. Not to say that it's boring, though. Not to say that it's going to be bland either, because I can see how vanilla can be taken that way. No, I'm seeing a crowd pleaser. I'm seeing something that everybody has really needed and or wanted. Let's get another thing. And if this is, again, more to do with like your own personal journey, it's going to be a side of you that people have been wanting to see or wanted to see. We have, Tranquility, Violet. It's going to give you a sense of peace. 43, again, every single card here has had the number 3. If you were drawn to pile 3, I would go to it just because, I'm getting that strongly here. But yeah, 33, 30, 38, 33, 43. Something about the Aquarius Pisces cusp could be important, and that's going to be in February. So you might see the results of this in February, which in the Northern Hemisphere is still very much winter, but it's towards the end of winter because spring begins in March. Spring begins in March. So maybe it will take the whole season for you to finish this, accomplish this. And like I said, it's going to bring community, because with Aquarius, I think of the community. I think of how they like to speak to a lot of people. They're capable of getting along with a lot of people. Even though most Aquariuses will have like their own inner circle, they're still very much capable of like connecting with everybody. Back of the deck, we have Success. Yeah. Confirmation. We have Peppermint here, which I've always associated peppermint with like wintertime. Like peppermint mocha or, something like that. Or candy canes. Libra energy. Yeah. Lots of air energy. Whatever you're doing, this is for the collective. This is for a community. You could be finding your community due to your inner work, due to you doing some sort of inner work as well. Very interesting. I'm kind of curious as to what this is. Let's get your Moonology cards. For my pile 1, what awaits you this winter? New moon in Libra, know you are loved. So this goes back to something in September, because the new moon in Libra is usually in September. Are these? Is this? Sorry, my card's got like some stuff on it. Interesting. It's like you won't, something you started in September is going to come back around. If you have placements in Libra, look to where that is in your chart, because we also have it here in the success card. And of course, Libra makes me think of the community as well. Libras are very social creatures. All the air signs are. And even if you're an introverted air sign, I promise you, you're probably online with some sort of community or something here. Because it's rare that I know air signs that are completely introverted, you know, like they all have a group of something, a community of something here. And I know this because I'm part of their group at the very least, you know, at least they know me. That's what I'm thinking. Let's get another card. But also know you are loved. Whatever this is, I feel like for a lot of you, especially if you're working on something about your self-worth or that heart chakra space, the need to really put yourself first, people are going to love this about you. They're going to notice that inner glow. They're going to notice the glow up. They're going to notice that they're going to reflect back to you all the love that you give yourself. And I feel like this is going to be something rather beautiful. We have full moon in Libra. Find a balance. There we go. Lots of Libra energy, lots of love energy, and specifically that modality of love, because Venus is shared between Libra and Taurus. When it comes to Libra love, this is the love of everybody. Like, this is social energy. This is romantic energy, like a classic romantic, or a more, well, maybe not classic. I feel like Taurus does that as well. Think of like a meet cute. Think of like rom-com romance, where it's a little bit, you know, silly, a little bit all over the place. Maybe there's some jokes here and there, maybe some misunderstandings, but it all comes back together in the end. And, you know, it's cute. It's very cute. Whatever this energy is, you are definitely balancing out some aspects of yourself that are going to help you feel more like yourself. I want to get one more card. I'm loving this deck right now. But also, new moon to full moon, it's a complete cycle. We have new moon in Aries. Go for it. Interesting. So both Aries and Libra are here, because the full moon in Libra will be under the sun of Aries. New moon in Aries, we have sun and moon in Aries. New moon in Libra, we have sun and moon in Libra. It's a complete cycle here. These are opposite signs. I mean, somebody here could be a Libra and somebody here could be an Aries. But there's this feeling that you're just going for the love that you know is there for you. You are just accepting all the love that is being, you know, given to you. Especially for those of you who have struggled, for example, with romantic relationships. You're going to see a big shift in this because you've done the inner work to really focus on yourself and grow yourself in whatever way you needed to. Most of it does have to do with like self-acceptance, self-love, healing those traumas from past relationships or even from childhood that prevented you from moving forward in whatever way you needed to be cherished, or in whatever way you needed to. You know, when we seek something out, it's usually because we feel that we lack it somehow. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like this is what you are working on this particular winter time. I'm not sure why it's the winter time that you're focusing on this. For some of you, maybe this is like the first holiday season that you are single, for example. I know that's the case for me. So it would be, you know, a great time to work on the self, because you're not having to deal with, you know, another family if you used to go to like a partner's family, or you're not having to deal with you're not dealing with something you used to deal with every other year. Let's put it that way. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way. That's just the best example I can provide because I've seen it. Maybe this is the first year where you don't have a job and you can actually focus on you. Or maybe you've decided you're going to not do anything for the holidays. Like maybe you're not shopping for gifts. Maybe you're just doing you. This is the first year where you're doing something very different. And that's going to allow you to focus on yourself. Maybe some of you, you're not doing anything for Christmas other than just staying at home and minding your business, you know? And I say Christmas because at least, you know, for people who celebrate Christmas, it can be a very stressful time of the year, which is kind of ridiculous because it's supposed to be a holiday. I mean, when you really, really step back, it's like, why is this holiday so stressful for some? That should never be the case. That's only if you celebrate it. You could also use any other holiday or anything big that happens during the winter time. For some people, it could be New Year's, you know? I hate New Year's. I've never liked that holiday. I don't know why. I do nothing for New Year's. For me, it's that holiday. For others, it could be, I don't know, just insert whatever holiday in the winter, which there are so many. Yeah. Let's get your animal card. We have cougar, assertive. In silence, find your power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. Yeah, that's exactly what I said at the beginning. In silence, find your power. In silence, away from everybody, you are working on yourself. And in doing that, you are actually finding your own power. Because when we work on ourselves, it doesn't matter what aspect of ourselves we are working on. We claim our power back from some unseen force, whether, like I said, it's our past, from other people, etc. You're reclaiming something here that is meant to be yours. Your assertiveness is definitely going to come through, and like I said, people are going to respond so lovingly and openly to this, and that goes along with Aries. Aries is probably one of the more assertive signs out there. All the fire signs are, but personally, Aries people, I love them, not just because I have Venus in Aries, but because they're always the first to do something. Like, they don't care about who texts first, who, like, they don't play those mind games, you know. They just go for what they want, and they're very honest about it. So you could be coming out of more Libra energy, where they're a little bit more diplomatic, you know, they wait around and give people the option. And then Aries is just like, nope, we're going for it, we're doing this, we're doing that. Like, maybe you're coming out of that. It could also be vice versa, depending on how it is that you need to balance yourself here, or what you need to be whole. Maybe you're allowing to be pursued this time around, for those of you who are a little bit too much in your masculine energy. Let's get one more card. What do I do? Let's get this one. But yeah, wildcats in general could also be an important animal. I don't want to say anything about cougars, because I feel like that's a little bit derogatory when it comes to being used as a word to refer to women. But if you know you're a woman who's into younger men, then by all means you can take that, depending on how empowering you find that. I know some people don't and some people do, so it's up to you, pile one. Let's go ahead and get your card though. Pyrite. Bring on the abundance. For some of you, this might have to do with money. Like, you're working on something that is going to bring you cash. You're going to work on something that is going to bring you an abundance of whatever it is that you needed. For a lot of you, it's an abundance of love, for sure. Because there are people out there who kind of associate like Venusian traits or love, self-love energy with like actual money and abundance. I personally don't, because I know people who hate themselves who have a lot of money. So that, you know, for me that doesn't make sense, but I know some people do view it that way, depending on the situation. Regardless, I do feel like this abundance, the abundance you've been seeking, will come to you because you've been doing the internal work. In fact, you're not really going to do much for this abundance, unless of course this work is more like a project that, you know, will bring you money. I don't think you're going to care about the money that it's going to bring in, but it's going to bring it in regardless. This is just kind of like a little side effect of all the things that are going on this winter time, which is very interesting. But yeah, a little bit of cash for you here. Pirate is also known as fool's gold. It's like, and I'm hearing fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. You will not be fooled twice, or you refuse to be fooled twice here in whatever this situation is. So if this sounds like something you want to keep hearing about, let's move on to the tarot portion to see what messages for the winter time. Winter messages we've got going on here for you, pile one. And I would like to take the time to thank you for clicking on my reading and for supporting the channel in whichever way you choose, whether it's through a like, comment, or a subscription if you feel you resonate with me. We are using, for your tarot portion, the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay, pile one, I'm sorry for the sudden change, but my schedule lately has been all over the place, so I have to find time to finish my piles from day to night. So yeah, it's evening time. It's been a few hours since I started your reading, but let's go ahead and see what the winter season has in store for you with the tarot. So I'm going to do this in 3 different sections. I want to do one that is general, one to do with career, and one to do with love and relationships, kind of like how I do my monthlies, but a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more broadly. Let's see what is going on for you in the month, or sorry, in the winter season, this coming winter season, the next 3 months. We have, the Queen of Wands reverse. Some of you, like I said, you're stepping out of the limelight. You're stepping out of the spotlight. I think you're going into hiding. But like I said, people are like waiting to see what you do next, or they're wondering about you. Especially because I feel like for some of you, you really have a sense of presence in certain communities or certain areas. Like, it's easy to, like, it's hard to ignore when you're not around. Like, people are like, where's pile one? Where did they go? We have the Eight of Wands reversed. taking it slowly. We have the eight of the eight of cups reversed. I kind of wonder if you're tapping back into your emotions, and therefore you're like, again, it feels like ace of cups. These are all reversed. Some of you might be dealing from like a heartbreak situation, or you're tapping back into your feelings and reassessing what it is that you want out of your life in an emotional way. It's like you're wondering whether certain emotions are even being catered to in your lifetime. It's like, what makes you feel happy? What makes you feel good? Because for some of you, if I was to take all of these upright, it would be like you're not feeling the life that you are creating. In fact, you think it's passing you by, and you feel like that life isn't exactly fulfilling, even though it is giving you some certain kind of emotional something emotional. It's making you feel good, but you're not resonating with it. Does that make sense? So you're kind of going internally and seeing how you can rearrange that, or how you can better your life. It's like, what do I really want out of life? What makes me happy? What truly makes me happy and is also healthy for me is what I'm getting. Because the Queen of Wands, like I said, hard to ignore, but the Queen of Wands must trust. Like, even I don't know. I kind of say even Beyonce needs to rest, but just put in any diva that is, whoever your queen, your diva is here. I would say Shakira. She has always been my queen, but she took a whole marriage of a hiatus, or hiatus from her work. And, you kind of miss her when she's not, at least I missed her when she wasn't around. I'm like, what's she doing? Just being a mom? Can she release music? And then she did, and it was wonderful. So that's what I'm kind of getting. Some of you are going through that kind of energy where you are stepping out of something, you're looking inwards and seeing whether you are okay, and you want to come back with like a full, I'm hearing coming back with a vengeance, or coming back with a full force of knowing exactly who you are and exactly what it is that you want. A lot of you might be healing from some sort of, if not heartbreak, then a disappointment in relationships for sure, because not everybody will see it as a heartbreak. We also have, okay, so this is career. We have the 10 of Wands reversed, which is always great to see in a career spread. It's always good to see that in a career. We also have the Hermit. Again, you're doing the same thing. You're going inwards and seeing what exactly it is that you want out of your career. Ooh. 7 of Cups. Yeah, you're working on your bag. You're working on your skill set. The Hermit is Virgo energy, which is always great for career. So especially those of you who work at home or work from home, or you have a job where you can just do things on your own. You don't really rely on a team or anything like that. Or self-employed especially. This is going to be a great time for you because you're lessening your burdens. You're actually making things easier for you. With the 7 of Pentacles though, there is a chance that you might forgo certain tasks, like maybe you're streamlining something, or you could just forego some money. It's like, yeah, I'll lose a little bit of money in this, but I'll have less to do. And again, this is you just trying to make your life easier for yourself. Though the Hermit does give a hint of you still being introspective within this career space. Interesting that we have the King of Cups and reversed. Okay. For a lot of you, again, is this job fulfilling for you? Is it exactly that you want it? Like, is it, for a lot of you, you're reevaluating your happiness here. What is it here that is making you happy? Because all these reversed cups lets me know that you're kind of either really thinking about what your life purpose may be, what makes you happy when it comes to career. And I do have a life purpose reading. I'm not sure if I have revealed that yet or not. I want to say I'm going to put this out first, so be on the lookout for that. But there's a feeling here that a lot of you, you're wondering exactly what it is that make you happy. Also, for those of you who struggle with things like seasonal affective disorder, by all means, take the time that you need. Go seek a therapist, even if it's just for this season. It can be very hectic, and I know it can be a lot. And with, less sunlight in some areas, people do tend to become different. I know I've seen it in people, and some years I myself deal with it. For me, it's the summer, oddly enough. But I know for a lot of people, winter makes more sense for me. For some people, I guess. But yeah, you're reevaluating what makes you happy in your career. For some of you, especially if you're still in school, for those of you who don't exactly have a career yet, you might be shifting majors or switching majors, or even if you do have a job, a career, you might be studying a different field or something along those lines. Because again, you really want to feel fulfilled in your career with the King of Cups here. And you want to be able to be the kind of person that people can come to as well. Like if your job is making you into somebody you don't want to be, I feel like, again, this is why you are reevaluating things and making stuff easier for you. Now let's look at love and relationships. 3 of Wands. You got competition here, but I see 2 people competing for you. Maybe 3. A lot of people are interested in you for sure. Nine of Cups. And for some of you, I think you've kind of wanted this. It's like maybe you've wanted some attention. Maybe you've been feeling weird and you kind of want people to want you. And this, I mean, it sounds a little toxic, but I don't think it is. I think you need to see people fight over you. I'm not sure if they're going to directly, you know, engage in anything here. I feel like these two people are going to try to like one up the other. So they'll be asking like, oh, well, what are they doing? Where are they taking you? No, I'm going to take you here. That's what I'm seeing. But for a lot of you, this is going to be if you're single. If you're already in a relationship, if you are in a relationship, I feel like it's going to be one that's not very committed, or it might be something, you know, more casual. And again, you're going to have some competition here. For those of you who need competition in order to see whether you want somebody or not, this could also be the case. But for the majority of you, it's going to be two people wanting to get your attention. We have the Five of Cups. Yeah, you're not sad anymore about anything. Five of Cups is usually disappointment. You're no longer going to be disappointed. I feel like this is going to be a bit of an ego boost, especially with this Queen of Wands energy here. I think, especially, for example, if people know you in the workplace, or people in your workplace are trying to date you, they're going to wonder where you are, and they're gonna like take their chance on or with you because you're no longer in the spotlight. Hence, they think it's going to be easier. But then like this competition starts up. It's very interesting. For some of you, you could just be dating multiple people. You might be dating like more than one person at the same time. And I guess you could see that as competition. Or it could just be like you're trying to evaluate who you want more. And then the Three of Swords. Do be careful though. And I've seen this because sometimes people try to date multiple people and they end up getting heartbroken by everybody at the same time. Just make sure you're honest with everybody about you being open, like that you're openly dating a lot of people, that you don't really have one set person. But the Three of Swords is so interesting. Can I get clarification on that? Because otherwise it seems fine. Honestly, I feel like a lot of you just aren't in the mood for romance. This could be like getting a lot of romantic attention, but there's a lack of attraction. Like you're getting the attention, but nobody really seems to fulfill anything. And because of that, your heart is still in this Three of Swords energy. Why is that? Ooh. For a lot of you, it's going to have something to do with stability, or maybe even something to do with like a lack of money, or I don't know, something to do with wanting it all. Like for some of you, you really just want to settle down, but you feel like you have to settle for just dating around. It's like you kind of want to get to, you know, this number 10, but you're still at the Ace of Cups. And it's kind of like, why do I have to wait so long in order to like you? And this is where I kind of understand it. And this is kind of why I see why you don't really care for dating. It's like you understand you have to go through the whole process of getting to know somebody, of making sure they're a good person, a good match for you, making sure that you're compatible. It's like there's all these steps and you kind of just wish you would get there already. You just want to find somebody, make it be perfect, and be married by like, you know, the next few months. Which is understandable. Not everybody, of course, but some of you, you just want a stable partner. And maybe you are getting a lot of attention, but it's not the right people. I'm gonna get one more clarifier. Just because I feel like this pile needs it. Ooh, Knight of Swords. Yeah, lots of messages, lots of DMs, lots of like, your phone's gonna be blowing up this month, or whatever device you use for communication. Your emails for some of you. Back of the deck. So we have, ooh, you are letting go of a lot of like, okay, so the energy I'm getting is that a lot of you are kind of done taking responsibility for everybody else's BS. And I feel like that applies to every single aspect of your life, the general, the work especially. And even in relationships, it's like, I'm gonna let people show up for me. I'm not gonna go out of my way to do anything. This is very much Empress energy, or you're just letting people come to you. Like you, even if you do send that first text or that first communication, you're still going to see if they keep showing up for you. Because for a lot of you, you're kind of just, it's not so much that you're done, it's that you understand you have to put yourself first and take care of yourself first. And while you are in that energy, you're going to see what happens for you. You're going to let the universe show up, you're going to let people show up, you're going to heal and see what happens, you know, heal and see what happens. I kind of like that. That's going to be your thing for this winter season, pile 1. I'm being given a download to I'm gonna do let's go into your concluding cards. I'm gonna do that a little bit differently. I'm gonna do that for the 3 months, which I feel like that's what I should have done for the tarot, but now I'm being told to do it for the 3 months. So let's do the tea leaves. All right, pile 1. So each section is going to be each month, and I'm not going to name the months because, like I said, winter season is going to be different all over the world. So for the first month of this winter season for you, or I guess the first 30-ish days, because I know, like, if we're talking about February, that's only 20-something days. 28? Anyway. So what's going on the first month? I'm getting 3 cards. Bouquet, cup, and table. Oh my god, this is cute. It's kind of like you're adorning this table with a cup and a bouquet. You should accept valid criticism, compliments from an admirer, and hard work ahead. So I feel like that first month you are hanging out with friends. You're maybe even going out on dates. For some of you, you're definitely coming together with people. Compliments from an admirer lets me know that people are going to come through, and again, they're going to want to compliment you even when you're not feeling at your best, even when you're just, you know, doing you, turning inward. You're not really caring about whatever it is people are going on about, but it's like they're going to compliment you regardless. With valid criticism, I feel like you're accepting it, but you're also accepting like valid compliments, you know. It's kind of like maybe you see certain compliments as criticism sometimes, and people who grew up with things like verbal abuse tend to be this way. Like they don't know how to accept compliments because they're not used to it, or maybe they're more used to underhanded compliments as well. I know I used to be that way, to the point where I could only give underhanded compliments when I was younger. And after a while I noticed it, and then I tried to pass it off as a joke because it honestly was just something I couldn't help. I didn't know how to give true compliments until I started realizing what I was doing, and you know, I trained myself to do better. And it's only because of how I grew up, you know. I was never given compliments that were honest, or even if they were, I didn't seem to understand them, or I didn't feel like they were true. So maybe some of you are overcoming this. Maybe that's one thing that you're overcoming. With hard work ahead, I do feel like that first month is going to be some sort of hard work, but it's going to be work that is going to pay off in the long run, whether this is actual career work or work on yourself. So let's move on to the next month. But I just think it's cute that, you know, we have a table and a bouquet and a cup of tea to set it on. Maybe some of you are literally doing that. Okay, the next month. Rooster, dog, and bat. Lots of animals. Somebody here could be you're the rooster or you're the dog. And I don't think bats are anything in any zodiac. But with rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Bat, take care. Enemies are working against you. And dog, protection from a powerful friend. Somebody is really against you in this second month. And I don't know what's going on with them or what's happening. But it seems like people are out to get you. I mean, these could be 2 different people, or it could be one person being shown by these 2 cards, but I feel like you will be protected regardless. I feel like a lot of you have people looking out for you, or you have a powerful person who's just like willing to understand you and willing to stand up for you. A lot of you have good friends in good places, or people really trust you, and that's good because not everybody. Because I'm kind of seeing, like, for example, if this is the workplace, I feel like your bosses would be on your side, and like the people trying to bring you down are people below them, or people who aren't even of rank, or people who don't really know you, you know, people who haven't seen you work. If this is within a friend group, I feel like a lot of people are actually nowhere near as good friends as you think they are, but there's like 1 or 2 people there who are actually willing to defend you because they see the kind of person you truly are, which is very interesting. So the second month, just watch out for people. It could also be the case that maybe you're having to defend somebody here. Maybe you're the dog person here defending a friend from people. All right. Let's get your third month. What's going on for the third month for my pile? We have happiness, bell, announcement, and bridge. Successfully overcoming a problem. Yeah, so by the third month, it's like you're announcing something really good, something that you've always wanted, or maybe just like a really good news, and people will be like sending you blessings and good luck, something along those lines. I feel like that third month, you're moving on to something better, or that could be when you finally... Didn't we have bells in the oracles? Oh, I just not realized that. Something about bells could be important, especially if you live in an area where you hear like bells regularly. Watch out for those that like take note of when they're ringing. And I know in some places it's like every hour on the hour, but there's something here about bells being important. Maybe it's I don't know, a bell, maybe an alarm. I know for some people their alarms is a sound of bells. And for some of you, you could just be working with bells, like again, sound frequency. But regardless, you're sounding off something amazing. in the third month, especially after this crappy month where people seem to be against you, or there's just like a lot of toxicity. You're moving on to something better. Back of the deck, we have clouds, temporary problems. Yeah, you're overcoming problems, and it does help to remember that most problems are temporary. Not everything is going to be a problem forever. I'm going to go ahead and get your runes, and then we'll close this reading off, pile 1. Okay, you got 4. We have Manas, something to do with trust. Yeah, you're learning to trust the right people, learning to trust again. We also have, oh, sorry, this is Ewas. This is trust. This is people, though. This is community. This is, you know, learning to trust people again. And this could also be you finding a community that you can fully trust. We have the blank rune, which is typically one of destiny, like everything is in your hands. And then Fehu for wealth and abundance. So again, you are coming into abundance this particular winter season, whether you realize it or not. So overall, beautiful things are coming through for you, pile 1. But this is where I leave it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the moon agate and the chills card, then we have a reading here for you for the winter season. What messages you're going to receive, or sorry, what messages are coming through for the winter season. I keep saying like, what are you going to receive in the winter season? But maybe you will. I feel like all the seasons bring something to us in some way, shape, or form. And winter just happens to be one of my favorites. But let's look at the card you chose. We have chills, number 5. Upon my flesh, within thy bones, quivers a crawling, frozen in numbness. Shall I ignore, or shall I bestow it? A frozen knowing looks back at thy soul. Some of you have a bit of a challenge this particular season, and not a bad one. It's more like you are at a crossroads, or you have to decide between certain things. It could be one life path or the other. It could be like one environment or another, maybe people, maybe situation. I don't know what it is, but you're being presented something here. And I see a fork in the road. I see you choosing 2 different paths, or having to choose between 2 different things. And the chills, I mean, some of you could literally get chills whenever you think about specific situations. I know I do. I get chills very easily, to the point where I can't hide them sometimes and people notice, because this is part of how I either release energy or how I tap into certain energies as well. Certain people, their energy will just feel so cold that I will start getting chills. I was actually not too long ago speaking to somebody, date-wise, casually, and every time I would speak to them, I never met them in person, but anytime I would speak to them, I would just get so cold. Like, it was the weirdest thing, to the point where I thought I was running a fever. It's like, there's no way I could be that cold. Look, I'm not talking to that person anymore, but that's what I'm getting. I'm not saying you're going to experience something similar here, pile 2, but if you are with a person, that's just an indication from spirit, from source, trying to tell you something about that person. But let's go ahead and move on and see what else is coming for you this particular winter season. What messages are here for you? We've got contemplation. Yeah, and look, she even looks like the same person. Number 7. It breathes in the stillness of all that is, exhaling all that isn't, coming from the ends of the starts and the highest of the lows. Here I gasp for the answers to unfold. Some of you could be dealing with breath work. There is a little bit of a, for those of you who suffer from like things like asthma, keep your stuff around. Your inhaler, is that what you use? I don't suffer from that, but for some of you, just make sure you keep your stuff around, like whatever medications you need. That's going to be for a few of you, those of you who know, you know, or if you know somebody who suffers from this, because the breathing is making me think that there's going to be people here who are going to have a hard time breathing this particular winter season, or it could also be you learning to do breath work. Interesting. But contemplation and chills. Let's get another card. We have solstice. So the winter solstice could be of importance here. That's around the 21st or 22nd of December. 34. All hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within root. Rise above the ashes and claim. The gods are waiting. Your glory, your name. Let's look at the back of the deck. Merriment, 21, which is funny because I just said that the 21 might be the solstice. I would double check that. I'm not 100% sure. What joy, what glee beams from the sounds of voices, uplifting the webs of sorrow, glimmering as if no tomorrow. So I see you like having 2 very different mindsets this particular winter season, and maybe at some point after the solstice or on the solstice, it shifts. it's like you start off the season contemplating being by yourself, like really figuring things out, and then suddenly it's party time. And if you know, you know it. Like if you know you have a lot of holidays to celebrate after the solstice, then maybe this is the case. But I do see a lot of you kind of stepping into this glorious energy. I feel like a lot of you are going to be going out a lot more in the winter season, believe it or not. This is going to be my winter babes, you know. Hi, how you doing? I understand. I feel like I like going out more in the winter season because I love winter clothes. I love being, you know, bundled up, wearing furs, wearing sparkly stuff, wearing my boots, my thigh high boots as well. You know, it's more fun to dress up in the winter for me personally. Take that as it resonates. But for a lot of you, you're going to be between these two energies of like contemplation, a little bit of self-reflection, and then party. It could be both at the same time. You could be doing a little bit of both. Like maybe some days you're just in your own world thinking about stuff, and then the next day you're out there partying, having a good time. But I want to read the solstice card again. All hail the cunning truth in which it burns deep within root. Yeah, the truth. Something about truths coming out this winter season is going to be important. This could be my pile of very intuitive people, which would make sense. Like you are going to see more truths come to the light because when you're very high vibrational and you step into a season like winter where it's easy for people to it's easy for people to become low vibrational or for their quote quote demons to get at them. Your light brings some sort of truth out in people, and I feel like people enjoy being around you for this reason. You could also just be a really good partier. Even if you don't like to party, it could be that, you know, you just there's something about your energy that people really enjoy. And once you are in that setting, once you're in that environment, they're not going to want to let you go, or they're going to be seeking you out or inviting you more. There's something very wonderful about your energy. And it's because you do this thing where you actually sit down with yourself and ask yourself who you are. I don't think you understand. There's a lot of people out there who don't even question themselves, who don't sit and reflect on the kind of person they are, the energy they bring, on how they affect people. There's people out there who all they really care about is drama. They're not considerate, or they don't seem to really care, or they may act like they care and they don't. I feel like you actually do. Maybe you're having to deal with people just like that this winter season as well, pile two, and it's going to be very eye-opening. But let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. I want to do what cards am I using? Let's get the Spirit of Animals card. I'm a little disoriented. Make sure you're grounding yourself as well this winter season, pile too. I feel like it's going to be easy to become disoriented with so much going on. We have Orca Whale Adventure. I've always seen them as Arctic creatures because I know like I don't know, maybe they are or aren't, but anyway. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Some of you could be traveling this winter season, which makes sense, especially if you go home for the holidays or something like that. But with Dare to do things differently, you're not going to be afraid of like your independence. But I feel like this independence comes along with other people. It's like you're independently doing things with people, if that makes sense. Which is very interesting. I feel like you're part of like a group of people who want to do things differently, or maybe you're like, you might be meeting people who resonate with your individualistic or more unique nature a little bit more as well, which is very interesting. Let's get your Green Witch Oracle cards for my pile two. What is awaiting them this winter season? We've got Memory, Rosemary. Oh, Rosemary, I love. They sell like little rosemary trees during the winter season where I live. So maybe some of you could benefit from that, like having rosemary around. But with Memory, you're definitely looking back at the past. Maybe some of you are doing some sort of reflection for this past year as well, which goes back with contemplation. We have Love, Tomato. Oh, number 30. For some of you, there's something here about loving somebody from your past or finding love from the past. If you're already with a person, this is just you appreciating and cherishing them for everything that they've done for you. And it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic either. This could be more family. I could see you being very, very grateful for family, or very grateful for the love that has been in your life, regardless of whether you have somebody or not. Romantically, it's like you're going to be appreciating the love that is around you in every way, shape, and form. Even if it's just friends, even if it's just family, even if it's just yourself. You have carrot with clarity. This makes me think of the third eye. So yeah, for some of you, it's like you're seeing the world through new eyes now. It's like, I don't know what's happening this winter season, but you're becoming a new person and you're choosing to see life through this much more grateful and contemplative kind of nature. It's a maturing for sure. It's like, why am I getting the song? This is very random, I guess, maybe. It's a song by the Fratellis, and it goes, so if you're lonely, why'd you say you're not lonely? But the beginning of the song, it's a big, big city, but I'm walking along beside the ghost of every drinker here who's ever done wrong. And it's you, woohoo, who's got me to going crazy for the things you do. I don't know who this is. This could be you. This could be somebody coming into your life, or maybe wanting to come back into your life. It's like somebody here is contemplating on life and looking back at the love that there was. Not to get anybody's hopes up. If you don't want an ex back, then you don't have to have them back. But for some of you, there's somebody here who is thinking about the love that you've given, and they're wondering like whether you're lonely or not. This could be you, this could be somebody else. Maybe it's both of you at the same time. It wouldn't surprise me if you have like similar thoughts. But there's this feeling here of like looking back at things. A lot of you, you're reflecting. This is giving me strong Capricorn energy as well. Back of the deck, we have healing. Yeah, this is part of a healing journey for some of you. I feel like you will come upon people you used to know or people from the past, and you're going to catch up. And maybe for some of you, that could involve some sort of love, like somebody realizing that there was true love there, or it could involve moving on with gratitude, whatever the situation may be. You will know who you are and you will know what this is. It all depends on your situation. Let's get your crystal card for my pile. For my pile too. I really love the feeling of this particular pile though. It feels like whoever you are, pile two, you're a very... People appreciate you because you're very thoughtful. People appreciate you because you really do put a lot of love and thought into the things that you do, regardless of how things end up with somebody. Because I'm seeing somebody appreciate everything you've done for them, which is very interesting. We have diamond, crank up the positivity. For somebody here views you as a diamond, like a diamond in the rough, or like a diamond in a coal mine, or... For some of you, like I said, if you have a partner, they're looking back at life and deciding that they might want to take this to the next step with you, like further commitment, or wanting to commit to you, because diamonds make me think of like a diamond ring. Not necessarily saying that they might give you that, but it does make me think of wanting to commit here, or just something being a lot better than you thought it was. Back of the deck, we have amethyst. And amethyst makes me think of, it says it's all groovy, baby, but it makes me think again of that intuition of the truth coming forward. Maybe somebody's truth here is that they truly have a love for you, but they don't know how to express it, or maybe they just didn't see it clearly before and now they do. It all depends on the situation. Maybe somebody's truth here is that they're healing. Maybe they're healing from a love as well here, but it's interesting, this energy that is coming through. I hope I'm giving it justice, because I'm feeling it more than I'm able to put it into words, which I know doesn't help on a platform like YouTube. I can't just send you feelings, and if you don't know how to feel vibes and stuff, then, if you don't know how to read energy in that way, it's hard to explain, but it feels very comfortable. It's like a comfortable, chilly night, and you have your favorite jacket, and it's breezy, and I see the nighttime very clearly, very strongly here. A lot of you're going to be spending a lot of time at night outside with people that you like. For some of you, you might be having a particular conversation or a walk with somebody at night as well. Let's get the rest of your cards. Okay, we got these two. We have first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. And full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. For some of you, you're releasing emotions. For some of you, you're acknowledging your emotions and releasing them. I don't really feel like you have to cool your emotions. It could be you get a little bit emotional. I feel like maybe that could be one way you have to cool your emotions, but it's more like you're letting go of a situation and allowing yourself to feel. Allowing yourself to feel everything that maybe you have been repressing for the past year, or for the past 5 to 7 months makes me think of that as well. Maybe May or July were important to you here as well. I will go over the numbers in a moment, but there's this feeling here that you're letting go of certain emotions or allowing yourself to feel them in order to let go, and allowing this beautiful love and healing energy to come through, as well as this clarity. Oh yeah, clarity, diamond, amethyst, they're both very clear crystals here. Like one, quite literally, you can see through it, and the other one has more to do with the third eye. You will come into a lot of truths this particular season, and truths will be revealed. And I feel like it's going to be overall a very enlightening winter season for you, pile 2. I kind of really love this vibe. I really love the energy coming through for you. But if this resonates with you, if you want to find out more, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot portion, which I'm going to do in a fun way. I'm going to do 3 themes: general, career, and love, relationships, or friendships as well. And then we're going to do more specific months in the closing cards. So let's start with the general vibes, or the general situations for this winter season for you, pile 2. Yeah, some of you have been having like, ooh, okay. Like I said, truths are going to be revealed, specifically from somebody that either was or is toxic, or that you thought was more toxic. Yeah, something, it could be a person, it could be a situation. Maybe it's a toxic situation. You thought that there was no winning, that there was nothing that you could get out of that. With the 9 of Pentacles reversed, it was hard to be grateful for a situation because all you felt was that you kept giving, or that somebody kept taking, and there was nothing here for you. And I feel like you're going to see the clarity of this. You're going to see the truth of this. It could be a person. It could be them coming through to say something about this, maybe to apologize, maybe to let you know why they were in this double energy. But because it's reversed, I feel like this person is out of this energy. So they're no longer able to harm you. They're no longer able to harm you because you're seeing through a lot of things. This is part of the truth and clarity that is coming through for you this particular winter season. Let's get cards for your career, in case this has anything to do with your career. Ooh, a shift in perspective. Justice. Ooh, what is going on in the workplace? You lost something at work, or you were not given something. Like maybe you were overlooked for a promotion, or somebody didn't give you a bonus, something along those lines. And somebody's noticing, and they're going to make it right. I don't think they're going to be able to do a lot for you, but they're going to at least acknowledge that you were not treated right and that something should have been done better. And somehow this is actually going to either give you clarity as to whether you should move on to a new career or find something else, or whether you should do something about it. But regardless, there's a lot of positive energy in the workspace, because with Justice and the Hangman, somebody is recognizing that you are not being treated fairly, or that you're not being given the proper credits in some aspect or situation. Very interesting. Whether or not they will do something about this, it's up to them. But for a lot of you, it's like a victory that is going to be celebrated at the wrong time, or like you're gonna, if you celebrate this victory, it's gonna be on your own, or it might be a thing where like you and this person, I feel like it's a boss figure or something, like they come up and tell you, it's like, hey, I got you this one thing. But it's a little bit after the fact, like maybe when it was time to hand out promotions or bonuses, you didn't get one. So it's like after the fact, they kind of bring you into the office like, hey, here you go. It's like that kind of situation. Like somebody did you a little dirty and they recognize that they messed up, or that it was not fair what they did to you. So yeah, it's overall positive in the workspace, but it's going to like really show you what's going on. For some of you, you may have helped somebody do this. Maybe it's you who helped somebody do this, and it's a victory that you can't really celebrate with them, but you're happy for them anyway. And then for love and relationships. In fact, this double person could be somebody from the workplace. That would make a lot of sense. Like you couldn't win with them. Love relationships, we have, ooh, the 8 of Cups reversed. The Hierophant. Yeah, some of you are just not feeling love in relationships this year, and yet you're happy anyway. Hierophant is also making me think of karmic lessons. Again, it's like you're grateful for whatever you've learned this year. You're grateful. A lot of you, you're just grateful for love. You're grateful for whatever love is. You're grateful that you were able to love. You're grateful if there ever was a semblance of love in anybody for you. It's a very refreshing energy for a lot of you. And I'm not sure if you're there yet, pile 2, but I feel like you will be. Because the opposite of, you know, well, what am I trying to say here? This, like, one way to combat a feeling of lack of self-worth is not to not have relationships. It's to be appreciative of all the love in the world. Like, do you see what I'm trying to say? Like, some people, they don't want love because they just feel like it's all crap. But instead of doing that, you're like looking back at life and being grateful for every time that you've been able to find somebody, no matter how briefly it was, that was able to see something good within you, or even that you saw within them. Like, you understand that your capacity to love has nothing to do with the other person and has everything to do with you. Like, if you saw the best in somebody who wasn't a great person, that's because you're a great person. That's because you believed in them enough that you were willing to see something positive within them. And that's kind of beautiful, honestly. And I feel like that's what you get your sense of self-worth is like, yeah, maybe they were shit to me, but I wasn't like that to them. And I can sleep better knowing that. And because I'm that way, I know I'm very worthy of love. That's what I'm getting. Because a lot of you, you're doing some sort of like very internal, very, very internal work here when it comes to how you view romance, relationships, or even just friendships. It doesn't even have to be romantic. It could be like how you view friendships, maybe even family. Let's get one more card. Yeah, a lot of you, you're just not really pursuing anything. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's kind of putting a lot of things to rest. A lot of you, you're going to be celibate this winter season, not going to lie. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like you're not pursuing it, but you're also not afraid to acknowledge where you have been a good partner, and knowing that, you know that there will be somebody to match your energy. Somebody to match your freak, if you will. So I kind of like that. Like, I feel like this particular attitude is really beautiful and wonderful, and it makes you that much more of a great person. Back of the deck, the High Priestess. A lot of you, you're becoming so intuitive this winter season, and if you already know where your astrological placements are, I keep going on about this because for me, I have Neptune and Capricorn. Neptune is the most intuitive of all the planets. Some people may say it's Moon, and I think that does play some aspect into that. For me personally, I feel like it's Mercury, because that's your ability to communicate and translate intuitive messages. But it's actually Neptune. So for a lot of you, you are tapping into your intuition very strongly this winter season, to the point where you will not be able to ignore it. I'm talking like you're going to have days where you just wake up and know exactly what to do, know exactly what's going to happen. People are going to see you almost as superhuman because of this. They're going to wonder, how is Pile 2 doing this? It's going to freak some people out, honestly, but I think it's cool. I love this. Underneath that, we have, you're no longer having any feelings of self-doubt or self-worth, lack of self-worth here, pile 2. You know your worth. And the Six of Cups, again, this is appreciation for all the love you've ever had in this lifetime. And why this is coming through so strongly, I'm not sure, but I see you even speaking it out loud. Like, you're expressing your gratitude to everything and everyone. Maybe you could do this during the holidays. Maybe as you wish people, happy holidays, Happy New Year, you're going to express to them very specifically and sincerely, thank you so much for everything you've done for me, and thank you for being there when I needed it. I feel like a lot of you, that type of energy is going to be very good for you. The Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor. For some of you, you could be calling in some Emperor energy, whether that's for yourself or in the form of a person. It all depends. But I feel like overall, this winter season is very cathartic for you. And I understand this fully, because I love the winter season for this reason. It makes the soul feel very raw, or maybe that's just me, because like I said, for me, it's that time of year when all my outer planets are just loving and soaking up the Capricorn energy. Let's get your tea leaves. And the way I'm doing this, I'm not going to name the months because, like I said, this is a timeless reading and it's meant to be for whenever the winter season is where you live. So I know winter season is different in the Southern Hemisphere, so I'm not going to name the months. I'm just going to say month 1, month 2, month 3, or like the first 30-ish days, because I know not all the months have that amount of days. But first month, we've got Angel, Grapes, Dog far away. Oh my goodness. Spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Yeah, you're very protected. Grapes. Time to go out and have fun. What did I say? A lot of you, you're going to have fun this winter season. And dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Something about travel again. Maybe you're going to go see this distant friend. Maybe you're going to catch up. For a lot of you, you're going to catch up with a friend that you haven't seen in a long time. Or it's going to be a friend that, that you rekindle things with angel. Somebody here could call you, could have called you an angel. Not everybody, but it's very sweet. Spiritual guidance. This is also your spirit guides coming through, of course. Grapes make me think of wine as well. Okay, so for the second month, we have Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yeah, it's like some of you kind of know there's a change coming, so you're preparing mentally and even soulfully for this. We have January, which is a winter month, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. For some of you, January could be of importance. Maybe some of you were born in January. We also have Rat, someone working against you behind your back, which is interesting because pile 1 had something similar. Watch out for that second month of the winter season. There's going to be some shady people out there. I'm going to get one more just because January, it's a winter month, so that I don't count that. Second month. Gavel, involvement with the law. Do be careful, especially with somebody working against you. They could try to get the law involved, or maybe, yeah, watch out for people. All right, and then we've got the third month. What's going on in the third month for my pile 2s? We've got Bear, danger, especially in money matters. So be careful with your money. Don't overspend, and definitely don't invest in anything risky. We have Cain, pay attention to your health. Yeah, make sure you're watching your health as well. I know the winter season is easy to go overboard on things, especially if you're working out less and eating more. And Boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall, which makes sense here with money matters. Like, be careful with the things that you inherit or the things you win. Just be careful with that. You never know who might want to claim it as their own or come after it in some way. So that third month especially, just be careful, take care of yourself, and lots and lots of love to you, pile 2. Oh, I almost forgot the runes. So for my pile 2s, you got 5 runes. We have, this is Manus, but let me make sure it's Manus. Yeah, which is people, it's community. So a lot of you're dealing with people from all over. We have the blank rune. So destiny is at play here. You have freedom of will. We also have Thurisaz. You're very divinely protected, especially from anything that wants to happen in this third month regarding your health and or money. We have Ingus, fertility. So some of you, if you don't, you're going to be very fertile this winter season. So if you don't want any, if you don't want to become pregnant, by all means, take the precautions, but also it could be a great time to start creative projects. And then we have Daga's home. So the home could be a very important place. Like I said, if you're traveling back home, that could be the case, or your own home could be of importance this particular season. But this is where I leave it, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the candle quartz and the darkest hour, then we have a reading here for you for messages from winter, what you can expect during the winter time, any messages, any things, any themes that you might be going through this winter season. So this is meant to be kind of a timeless reading, so it's meant for winter wherever you are, because I know winter is different in different parts of the world. This particular pile, you might be dealing with either insomnia or some sort of something that makes you anxious. I feel like there's like a lot on your mind. And I guess that makes sense. You did choose the darkest hour card. That doesn't always mean that it's going to be the darkest hour, but for some of you, there is going to be like a pivotal moment during the winter season that you're going to something's going to click. Something's going to shift. For some of you, you've been taken a hold of, something has taken a hold of you. Or maybe even somebody or a situation. Something has like just got you in its little claws, and you're finally going to release it. And that makes sense because it makes me think of like the winter solstice, which in a lot of places is this battle of like light versus dark. So maybe something along those lines is going to be important here. But let me read from this card that you chose, number 9, for the darkest hour. There in the void of thy darkness swells the shadow of the soul, swallowing the wickedness into the blackness of its wholeness. You're overcoming some shadow aspect of yourself, or even it could be bad habits. You're overcoming something negative. It could even be like the hold people have on you. It could be the power people have over you. For some of you, if, for example, you're trying to get over certain past situations or certain past people, you're finally overcoming it this winter season. I'm not sure why that is, but it's going to be very pivotal for you. So let's get the rest of your cards. For my pile 3, what do we have going on this season for you? So I'm getting from you, pile 3, you're not afraid of anything. Like, you're not afraid of intensity. You're not afraid of going deep. You're not afraid to get down and dirty either. We have ceremony, and I can't show this because her titties are out. But number 4, I call upon those heralds of winter, dimming light for better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips, a spell I'll cast for thy spirits and me. For some of you, I'm kind of getting this as shadow work or energy healing. You are literally doing something to get you out of this funk, to get you out of this hold that something or someone has over you. It could be like a direct conversation with somebody, if it is needed. It could also be maybe you're seeking therapy, maybe you're doing mental meditation exercises, etc. For some of you, if it's something more physical, like you're overcoming a physical ailment, you could be going to the gym. Like, for example, those of you who are in physical therapy, you might just decide to safely, please, go to the gym and start working out that body part, which maybe you've been ignoring because you felt that you would never get it back again. Because I'm getting some of that for you. Interesting. We have 9 and 4 as well, single digit numbered. So some of you could be a life path 9 or a life path 4. Let's get one more card from this pile, or sorry, this deck. Wise Men, 42. If it wasn't for the familiar songs that echo through my spine, I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. Yeah, let me repeat that last part. I would have lost what is lost and never found my purpose. Some of you, you're refinding or recalibrating your purpose this particular season. Because to say that you found your purpose would be a little bit of an exaggeration. Some of you have always known what your purpose is. You're just realigning with it. You're recalibrating everything and you're setting yourself on that path toward it. Wise Man also makes me think that a lot of you are gaining wisdom this winter season. You're maturing, you're growing up. Especially if you are, I don't know why I'm being told to read 42 as 24. Maybe some of you, your frontal, what is it? The frontal lobe cortex, whatever it's called. Your brain is finally formed, essentially, for those of you who are in your mid to late 20s. I'm also getting, though, maybe it could be at 42 as well, 4 twice here. Something about September or April could be important. Maybe some of you were born in those months. But you're getting wiser. You're wising up. You're seeing things clearly now. For a lot of you, there's been a fog that somebody has cast over you that you're not even aware of. And whoever this person is could vary. For some of you, it could be a parent. For some of you, it could be a very controlling friend, maybe a former partner. I say former because I'm not getting the hint that this is somebody you are currently with or that you are aware is not great for you. Back of the deck. Chills, number 5. If you were drawn to pile 2, I want to say this is their card. By all means, go back to it. But number 5, upon my flesh, within thy bones, quivers a crawling frozen in numbness. Shall I ignore or shall I bestow it? A frozen knowing looks back at thy soul. For some of you, this could just be like a path that you are set upon. Like, you are deciding whether to go forward or whether to go back. Maybe you're deciding between 2 things. There's a lot of indecision here. Some of you might have very strong Libra placements, specifically like Mercury in Libra, which I know can be very indecisive. I love my Libra people. I really do. You're all so beautiful. But when it comes to making a decision or when it comes to responding, oh my goodness. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. I want to get a crystal first. For my pile 3. Yeah, I love this energy. Like, I'm feeling a weight being lifted off my shoulders. We have obsidian, makes sense. Grieve what's gone. Something's gone. We're over something. And obsidian is actually a really good crystal for decording or detachment. I know they make it in like They make it in shards or like arrows. You can use that to decord. I want to say I have a piece here somewhere. I don't think it's like within my reach. But obsidian is a really good crystal for this because it absorbs a lot of negative energy. Just make sure you cleanse it regularly. Let's get another card, or the cards from the Green Witch Oracle. And if you don't have obsidian, tourmaline will work as well, as will shungite. I feel like obsidian has a different tone to it. Oh, and there's the shungite falling off my thing. I was touching it a little bit, so that's why I don't think it was something supernatural. But obsidian, it's made from lava, or alongside lava. It's made from volcanoes, and I kind of like that because it's got a very grounding energy. To me, volcanoes are very grounding. Some of you could resonate with volcanic energy as well. So let's get your herbs and flowers. We have longevity, chrysanthemum. Ooh, Scorpio. I'm not surprised. I was getting very strong Scorpio energy here, also Plutonic. But with chrysanthemum, we are paying homage to something from the past. We are letting go of something for sure. And your longevity will prevail. For some of you, this was costing you like your health, or it was costing definitely mental health. But this was costing you your health, whether you realize this or not. Maybe some of you are kicking a bad habit as well. And something long-lasting is meant to come out of this. We have wisdom, Bay, 22, Leo. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of wisdom here. You're becoming wiser this winter season for sure. You are becoming wiser. We have productivity, Kent Pumpkin, with Cancerian energy. A lot of you, you're going to keep busy as well. Because pumpkins to me signify joy and abundance, and it makes me think of like happy babies. I don't know why pumpkins make me think of happy babies, but that's what I think of. That's always been my thing. Pumpkins make me happy in the way that, you know, small babies are just happy for no reason, just being alive. And I feel like a lot of you, you're going to be reaching that sort of joy, that sort of happiness, that sort of abundance even, because it's an abundance of love that babies feel, and that's why they're able to be so happy, you know. So that's what I'm getting. I love pumpkins. I really do. Like, you don't understand. When I see pumpkins during the fall season, it's my favorite. Back of the deck, we have wholeness. Yes, I love this. Number 33. Lots of master numbers here, 22 and 33. But this is the black mulberry. And with wholeness, you're going to get a sense of completion here. Either that a cycle has ended, or that you will just feel whole again. It's like maybe you didn't even realize that you were getting some sort of feeling of lack from either the situation, this person, or whatever it was that was holding you. Whatever this is, it was holding you hostage and you weren't even realizing it, which is interesting. Let's get some cards from the Monology Oracle. Last quarter moon in Leo, lighten up. Yeah, for a lot of you, your entire aura or your entire look will look lighter. For example, you will seem happier. Some of you, for people who, you know, read energy, you will feel lighter, or you will just look lighter. Interesting. Maybe some of you are going through an intense energy healing of some sort. We have full moon in Leo. Go wild. Lots of Leo energy here for sure. In fact, these 3 cards are Leo. So for those of you who are my Leos, this is definitely for you. And with Go Wild, it's like you're finally letting loose. You're finally set free. Whoever was holding you back, they were not. This energy was making you so unhappy, and you're not going to recognize it until you finally are out of their grasp. I don't know why it feels like you're literally being bound up or shackled up or something here. It wouldn't surprise me if we found the Devil card in the tarot, because this is what this feels like. Back of the deck. Believe in your good luck. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. Lots of fire energy. And one thing about fire signs, they do not like to be controlled. They do not like to be tamed. Even when they say they do, they really don't. Or, they like to be kept in check, that's for sure. But there's a difference between that and being controlled. So for a lot of you, you have fire placements. And when you submit to somebody in a way that you don't consent to, it shows on you, because fire placements are very visual. Let's go ahead and get your animal card before we move forward. But I am loving this. You are letting go of something that you've been needing to let go of for a long time. Pile 3. We have Hawk Messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. I love this so much. Like you're going to start, I'm literally hearing you're going to start soaring because you don't realize what this past situation or what this past person, whatever the case may be, what this past energy was doing to you. It was literally weighing you down so you couldn't fly. Messenger lets me know that there's going to be a particular message that may clarify this or that may signal this. Like there's going to be some sort of proof in, I'm literally seeing messages like texts from somebody or something, proof that something is finally done or over, but it's going to feel so liberating, pile 3. Oh, I love this. Okay, if this resonates with you, if this sounds like you, I am being called to point out how much red there is here. And there was red in another pile as well, but it didn't stand out as much here, or as much as it does here. Interesting. But like I said, let's move on to the tarot because I really want to see what's going on here, and I want to see where specifically this is going on. It might be in all aspects of your life. Like, for example, sometimes things come in waves. Like when you leave behind a job, you also leave behind, like, you know, a group of friends and a partner, etc. So it might all be at the same time. And, you know, maybe I feel like that would make a lot of sense. That would explain why I feel such a sense of relief here, because you're letting go of a lot of things at the same time. So for the tarot portion, I'm doing 3 sections. We're doing general, career, and love and relationships. So for my pile 3, you're no longer putting energy into something that is not giving anything back to you. I feel like in the past you were willing to do this, but now you're seeing things for what they are and you're putting that to rest. It's like, if something doesn't give me something positive, I'm not getting up from my bed. I'm not doing anything for this. Yeah, because of lack of reciprocity with the 6 of Pentacles reversed, something isn't equal here. Something hasn't been fair to you. We have, ooh, the High Priestess. Does she want to be reversed? Never, but she is right now because your intuition has been telling you this for a while and you haven't listened. But now it's like you're going to gain some clarity here because look at how this little sun is on this cute little lamb. That's the 3rd eye. In the moments of rest, in the moments when you least expect it, maybe even in your sleep, you will gain clarity about a situation and you're going to say, no more, I'm done running away from my intuition. If it's not your own intuition, it could be people around you who have been very intuitive about the situation. I'm saying that as somebody who, you know, I've had friends and people that I've told to do things for weeks, for months, and when they finally do it, their life gets better. And I don't like being that kind of person to say I told you so, but I give them the look like, aren't you glad you listened to me? You know, it's like, aren't you glad you took my advice finally? Only because I get that intuitively. I don't say it to be patronizing. I say it because when I step near them, their guides keep telling me, you know, they need to do this, they have to do that. You know, their energy intuitively, I'm giving them like free advice, just, you know, but sometimes they don't want to listen. And maybe this is you, pile 3. But for a lot of you, this is your own intuition. And your own intuition has been telling you the same thing. And you know what? I've been there. I'm not even shaming you. I'm shaming myself here too. Okay, career-wise, you're making new friends at work. Or you're hanging with new circles, new groups. This could also be forming a community of people that you share the same vocation or same career. If it's not a job, it could be like, for example, whatever you make money in, you're meeting people this way. Lovers reverse lets me know that there has been a falling out between you and somebody that you thought would be a good thing. So for example, a business partnership, maybe it went sour or you're no longer going to be working with them. This could be like a former coworker that you realize is actually not that great, so you're no longer dealing with them. Yeah, because something's going to come to the light. This person has been either shady or there's been like something that they've been keeping from you. I do sense a lot of jealousy. I do sense people like, oh, I love this. I love this. Everyone's going to get what they deserve. This is fate at play. You were meant to fall away from this person, maybe people, because they were never really great for you. This moon energy, it's like you were always wondering whether they were going to be good for you or not. You were always wondering whether they were working against you or for you, and you were kind of done with that energy. But this lets me know you're going to find better. You're going to find better, and you're going to fall away from people that are not great. If you used to work with a former partner, they're not going to be in this space anymore, for sure. It's kind of like the universe is going to conspire a way for you to not see each other at all. That was very specific, but I am hearing that. And it is very possible. Most people I've dated, I've met through the workplace, and it's possible to never see them, even though you work in the same place. I've done that probably for most of my adult life. It happens, but anyway. That's not everybody. This would be an ex-lover, by the way. This isn't somebody that you actually want to see. But even if it is somebody that you are with, again, you were meant to separate so that you could focus on your work and focus on you. If it is a healthy relationship, you're meant to separate to focus on you, which is interesting. Let's go ahead and move on to the love and relationships, which is interesting that we already have that within the workplace. So the workplace is going to be very social this winter season. Watch out for the holiday parties, for those of you who have them. The company holiday parties. Pile 3. You're going to change your mind about something when it comes to either love in general or a particular person. Yeah, your priorities are shifting. You're also recognizing that you're happy on your own, that you have everything you want on your own. This is going to start either a new chapter, a new perspective in love, or you could also meet somebody very new. And this new energy it's very refreshing. I'm hearing for some of you, this person is either inexperienced or younger. This could also be you if you feel more inexperienced or younger. Not surprised. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. A lot of you have been lacking nurturing in relationships. You've been lacking a sense of comfort. And I feel like you're either going to give this to yourself or this person will bring this to you. Again, if you are the younger person, this person is going to be very, very in tune with their feminine energy. And you may feel a little bit repelled by it at first, but I think you'll grow to like it, because what you'll recognize is that you're just not used to either something healthy or something stable here. This could also be you. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's not used to this, healthy, stable energy that you have to provide. It all depends on who you identify as here. It could be the both of you in different ways as well. But I do see something new in relationships because you're shifting your perspective. The people you're drawing in are also going to be different. Back of the deck, we have, so a lot of truths have been revealed. With the Seven of Swords reversed, a lot of truths have been revealed. And I feel like mostly you finally opened your eyes, because look how this little fox has his little eye open. It's like the truth is revealed, and honestly, you're going to have a great time. I just feel like it's kind of like a lot of this inner working, a lot of this is very internal, and I feel like this is going to just be like the underlying theme, when in truth, you're having a great time and things are looking up. But like I said, in the workplace, you're finding new people. And in love, you're also finding new people. Mostly because you've decided to stop giving to some sort of past or negative energy, or you've decided to let something go. Better things are coming in. And this is going to be great for you, Pile 3. I really love this energy for you. It's all positive. Even though it doesn't seem that way, I feel like, again, you have the choice whether you want to move forward with this or not. And honestly, I don't even want to say you have a choice. I think you will. It's just, do you want to take the easy way or the slower way, So for the closing messages, I'm going to use tea leaves. And we're going to do this by month, but because, like I said, this is meant to be timeless and winter is different in all areas of the world, I'm just going to do month 1, month 2, and month 3 for the seasons, or like the first 30-ish days, the second set of 30-ish days, and then the third. So take this how it resonates. I'm just going to draw about 3 cards per month. Sometimes I'll get clarifying cards depending on the situation. So for the first month, we have Pale, Hammock, and Mountain. Time to get out of a situation, which I've already been saying that. Like, a lot of you will get out of the situation. With Hammock, we have taking a vacation physically or mentally. Yeah, if you can, if it's possible, take a vacation, take time off. Don't stress yourself out here. And with Mountain, major challenge to overcome. I feel like this particular situation you're getting out of is a bit of a challenge to overcome, because you've been dealing with a lot, and it's very heavy, whatever this is. I'm talking about years of having dealt with this. So when you do something for years, like, it takes the body, it takes the mind some time to move away from this. And like I said, for a lot of people in this pile, maybe you move very methodically, or it takes you a moment to really process this this kind of energy. Let's get the second month. We have Flute, Disappointment in a friend or lover. Yeah, like I said, for a lot of you, there's disappointment with like a lover here, especially with the lovers reversed. We have August. So the month of August could be important. I'm going to draw another one because that's just the month. We have Vine. Seek out information that will help you. So some of you could be asking for like professional advice or advice from somebody you really trust for this particular situation. Whether it's with a friend or lover. For a lot of you, it could be a friend. Maybe the person that you're moving away from is a friend or a lover who was keeping you hostage. I think I mentioned that. We have Bat, take care. Enemies are working against you. I'm going to get another one for this particular month. Tent, temporary situation. Yeah, this won't last forever. For a lot of you, this tent makes me think that you are being saved. Like you're setting up a tent, you're setting up camp and then moving out the next day. Like this is just temporary, whatever this is. It's not going to be an energy that you live in for the rest of the year, for example. It's only going to be like a month or so that you're dealing with this. It could be August, especially if it's winter in August, wherever you live, pile 3. Which I want to say the Southern Hemisphere does that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But let's go ahead and get your last month. We have Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Yeah, you're balancing things out. Beautiful energy. I love this energy of like balancing things out finally. Bag, something important, such as a new job or a raise. A lot of you, it's going to be a new job, a new environment as well. And maybe more money to help you out with this. And then we have career. Yeah, so the 3rd month, you're definitely focusing on your career. You're focusing on work. And ear, good news. Yeah, I'm glad. There's going to be good news. So you're dealing with a situation that you're getting out of. And like I said, for a lot of you, it's going to take some time because there's a bit of trickiness here, or somebody just really didn't want to let you go. It could be a workplace that didn't want to let you go. I definitely seen that a lot. But especially if the workplace is full of like your friends. Back of the deck, Rooster. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Be careful who you speak to, but there is somebody here who's got a bit of bully energy, or maybe they'll want to talk trash about you. Don't worry about them, ignore them. This is more showing of the kind of person that they are rather than you. But I do see a lot of you overcoming a lot this winter season, and I'm very proud of you for doing so, pile 3. But this is where oh wait, no, I still have runes for you. So let's get your runes. And you've got 4. So we have, oh, I love this. We have Tewas, which is victory. You are going to succeed in something. There's going to be a victory here for sure. We have Daga's home. Some of you could be switching homes, moving homes, or maybe you're just going to visit home for the holidays if this is important to you. We have Otila, prosperity. There's a lot of money coming your way, honestly. And then we have Burkano, love. I do see love for you this particular season, but it's going to be the kind of love that I don't think you were expecting, because like I said, it's very new and it's very different and it's very healthy. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.